Hey, thanks for stopping by. A new short review, and we're going to be looking at the Mortlach 15 Game of Thrones series. It's not the same as the old Gore McPhail or Distillery 15 bottle. A new deal, and this one, other than being 15, is going to be unfortunately colored and chill filtered most likely. It's unpeated, but it is at 46%, and first fill Oloroso Sherry seasoned casks, also with the ex bourbon finish on the end. So it didn't say how many years in which, but I'm assuming it was like about 12 years in the first fill Oloroso and the final finish in the ex bourbon cask. But not too much detail there, but at least they gave us that information. And we'll go in for a little nose here and see what we get. Ooh. First note is cacao nibs. Really ultra high on the dark chocolate, more of a cacao nib type of thing. Oh, that's nice. Honey and ginger. There's a slight sulfuric tone, but it's not as much as the typical Mortlach. Mortlachs are known for their meaty, savory drams and somewhat sweet so far. Not as sulfuric as it usually is, which is not a bad thing per se. Some cinnamon, some nutmeg. Hmm. And oranges on the back of the nose. It's nice. There's a lot of it going on. Complex so far. This is neat. I let it sit out for at least 15 minutes. Oh, wow. Vanilla and toffee are the first two notes, simultaneously toffee and vanilla. Some black pepper spiciness too. Marzipan, like a with a mocha note too. It's a heavier mouth coat, which is really nice. Not sure if I was go as heavy as Klein Leash, but it is quite on the heavier end, which I am a big fan of. And even though it's not peated, there is some slight smokiness going on there, just a smidge. The finish, it's custard and cream. That mocha note still lingers, so it goes to kind of an espresso fudginess with the briny factor still going on, which is nice. Maritime notes are there. It's a long finish, and it's complex. I like that. Let's have a couple drops and see what we get, if anything different. So far, so good. I do wish it wasn't colored and chill filtered, most likely, but you know, it is what it is. We'll put a couple drops, just a couple wee drops on there just to get the molecules flowing, and let it sit for a second. Give it a couple swirls. Give it a food quig anaconda swirl. If you, I used to be able to do it. I haven't done it so long. There we go. Check out Food Quig's channel if you get a chance. He's really good too. Oh, it lightens the nose. It's sweeter. It's got a more of a confection sugar note. There's some soapiness going on. It's not too off-putting. I'm not big on the soapiness factor. It got a little soapy. Florals. A lot of florals are going on now. Wow, it's complex. And these are like the bright flowers, the yellow flowers, like daisies. Really bright. Marigolds, maybe the yellow ones. They're yellow and orange, I think. Wow. That's nice. Change the palette a bit too. Now we're getting more, instead of oranges, we're getting pears, white fruit, some peaches, a little tang. And the black pepper has become more of a white pepper. That's interesting. The finish is spicier, more and more pepper, but drier. With water, the finish is the only thing that I'm like, eh. The craft could be better. Like I said, I'm not going to ding them too much on the coloring, chill filtering thing. I'm kind of iffy on the chill filtering because when I did add water, I did see that plume that usually don't see when it's chill filtered. So it might not be chill filtered. That's kind of one of those things that Diageo, they don't really tell you whether or not typically. And I know that some of their stuff is, some of it's not. That could be a gamble. The color, it could be natural. I mean, because it is first fill Oloroso sherry. That's one of those things that you can't really ding them. It tastes great if you're in the mood for a savory dram. This is very uh, more in the Coke dark chocolate savory spicy dram. This is not for your guys that have sweet tooths normally like I do. I would prefer it to be sweeter, but it's extremely complex. It is really well done. The craft is a big question mark. With that said, I think the fair score on this would be 4.25 out of 5. It's definitely above average by far. Is it a hit it out of the park, grand slam kind of dram like, the 4.75s and 5s? Not quite, but I would love to get the now that I've had this, I am interested to see what they did with the new Mortlach 20. It's pricey. It's 200. I might, do a little gamble, but for this, the retail on this is 150, and to me that's a bit high. The 150. There is a big deal going on, a big sale. I'm not going to go into who, where, but if you do your search, do your homework, you should be able to get this for around 80 American. Um, with the shipping, it might be a little higher, but 100 to 120, I think it's worth it. If you find this and it's more than 120 and it's like more the 130 to 150 range, I would probably skip and wait for it to be on a lower price. But as far as the 1 to 120 range, I think I think it's worth it. I mean, for the complexity, the age statement, it being 46%, and it's got a little smoky factor to it, even though it's not peated. So that's kind of a plus to me. So that's where we sit on this one. I'm going to start a new live here and talk it over with Malt Muser. He's going to be doing a Mortlach, the 12, the new one that's just released. It's the Wee Witchy, and that should be interesting. I want to see what his take on that is, and go from there. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to start a new live here in a short time, and see you soon. Sláinte Vá for now.